I wasn't sure if that was the camera was frozen or if it was me. Hi, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is going to be your general reading for December 2022. This is a general reading. The messages will not resonate with everyone, so please remember to check back to your moon and rising signs, okay? Videos. Um, of course, if you would like more information on your own specific situation that does require a personal reading, you can simply email me at the address up here on the box on the screen there, and then go over to the about box section of my channel, and that'll give you the reading packages, the minutes, how many questions, and the price. Simply email me with whatever package that you want, and then we'll go from there. All right. So I have with me the Radiant White. I had to order some new cards. These are so tired. And I have another deck of Rider Waite, but they're not the Radiant White, so they're not as colorful. And I really need color on my cards. So I'm waiting for those to arrive. I have with me the La Vida Sibila. And today we're going to be using the Architect Oracle cards. I've already done them with a few of the other readings. They seem to work okay. But just know that if the cards, it's not the cards, it's probably me. So I'm going to go ahead and give another shuffle and rifle on these. I do like these cards a lot. They can give you a bit of insight into what may be happening for you or someone that may pop up in the reading. So let me go ahead and turn the camera around. Finally got myself a new camera, not this one. I have to go pick it up sometime tomorrow. So Hannah's got the car today, but her mechanic just texted and said that they have started work. They literally had to take the old engine out of this car and then put a new engine in it. And he said that luckily he was so thankful he had the lift. He said because they had to literally lift the body of the car off of the motor. They couldn't get the motor out from the top. They had to get it out from underneath. So, I mean, he's an excellent mechanic. So, that's fantastic. So, we're going to go ahead. Let me put one more rifle and shuffle on these. I have, Aquarius, done some shuffling and meditation on your sign and glyph. I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. This will be the last set of readings that I do for 2022. I cannot believe that. That's just crazy. All right, so here we go. First card down, the Temperance. Hopefully the new camera is going to have all the bells and whistles like they said it did. It's kind of hard to tell when you can't really, see what you're really looking at. You know what I mean? Because autofocus ain't the same as auto zoom. The Two of Pentacles. Well, the Eight of Swords. The Ten of Cups. The Empress. Wow. And the King of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles. The Two of Swords. So I have two twos here. And the Four of Pentacles. Wow. So I have 1, 2, 3 pentacles, 2 cups, 2 swords, and 2 major arcana with 1 court card here. What is the energy over the entire reading? Oh, look at that. It is the Eight of Wands. Now, as a timing, this is perhaps 8 days. Okay. 8 to 10 days, I would say. Today's the 28th. I am behind on my readings. So 8 days from there. So sometime the first week, perhaps the early second week of next month of December. In the center, I have this Empress card. And the Empress is an interesting card because she basically let me just give it to you, okay? Because the first thing most people say, well, she's pregnant, Yes, she is, but it's not wrong book. Yeah, right book. She is really not necessarily about pregnancy. Let me give you a few of her keywords. Fulfillment, contentment, ideas, creative impulses, the intellect, motherhood, giving, sharing, compromise, beauty, love, compassion, the arts, passion, nature, material creation, maturity, sensuality, growth, prosperity, fertility, satisfaction, joy, happiness, relationships, children, marriage, and Mother Earth. Okay? So, the card really speaks about how we seek to make ourselves and others happy. And she represents giving, sharing, compromise, beauty, love, and compassion. Okay? She is the archetypal mother of the tarot. She represents the mother figure. She also can represent Venus and Aphrodite, the goddess of love. Okay? And for me, whenever she shows up, it is an indication of either material wealth or marriage or the promise of growth, and a message that you will soon be rewarded for past efforts. It signifies that you may receive more than you expected. It indicates emotions and the importance of following your instincts and feelings, and advises you that you should not be redirected by thought, by thought or action. And it also tells you not to be disillusioned by delays, but to trust your instincts, and there will be success in the future. It indicates, it tells of new ideas that produce excellent outcomes that inspire further ideas and goals to achieve. Okay? But there's a decision here. I have these two twos. Okay? And starting out with the Temperance card, the Temperance card is about moderation. It is about balance and moderation in all things. In, finances and thought and deed and word and action. It is about moderation. You could say, particularly here with this Two of Pentacles, economy. Okay? Now, what I do like about this particular spread is this Ten of Cups. It is, really, it's like a yes card, so to speak. It's very, very positive, and there are no negative cards that can detract away from it, from its meaning. And it does speak about happiness with family, with friends, contentment in life, having everything that you could possibly want, or at least that you need, a comfortable life. And then we see this Knight of Pentacles. So there's a message here. There's a choice here. Something comes up and there's a choice here that you're going to have to decide. And the conflict is between either what you are doing and what you are thinking. Remember, the coins are not just about finances. They are about the doing of things. So what I assume is that something comes in to knock you off balance. So I've seen this card speak about when you're juggling finances, or you're juggling two situations at once, or you have two different options that you have to weigh up and you're not quite sure, what's the best one or the best option. And this leads to some confusion for you and a bit of fear. Okay, and the fear is about your family, or perhaps something that you wanted, something that would help the family out. Now, I don't know who this King of Cups is. Okay. If he is not the most important man in your life, he would be someone who's a water sign. So a Cancer, a Scorpio, or Pisces. If not that, then he has to do with the law, legal issues, counseling, something of that particular nature. Past, present, future interplay of the cards. This Knight of Pentacles comes, I don't see, this 8 can also, because they're in effect kind of like 2 8s here. So 2 8s can sometimes speak about obstacles, hassles, delays, issues, things being held up. Excuse me. But there's a message here. I think this is you trying to hold everything together. This is kind of what I'm picking up. Okay? And the nights usually, particularly all nights, bring news and messages. But for me, it's an event. And so what I mean by that is that some kind of news arrives, and whatever this news is, it's been slow to come. That's first and foremost. But that the situation will begin to move. If there's been any stagnancy or delays, it will start to move. So typically whenever the Knight of Pentacles shows up, it's good news. So whenever you see him in a spread, always welcome him in. But again, there's a choice here. And these are my two hoodwinked cards. And I find it interesting that they're both showing up in the same spread. And when I say hoodwinked, it's basically the idea of, are you in such a state of mind that you yourself don't know what to think, or you can't make a decision? Both of these talk about not being able to make firm choices and decisions. Or has someone pulled the wool, so to speak, over your eyes, and they're hiding something from you? Because for some reason you feel as though whatever this situation that has arrived after this balance, this great thing, you tend to think, because it's a swords card, and you may be communicating through your actual behavior, that you are stuck in a situation that you don't know how to get out of. And so this says, the Two of Swords, that, if there's been some arguments or disagreements with a friend or relative, that reconciliation is possible. The card says to trust whatever your instincts are telling you. Because to not make a decision, okay, is also doing something. Making a decision is doing something, and not making a decision is doing something, okay? So I have the two twos, and the two twos speak about a marriage, a commitment, and or an engagement. I think that's right. Let me make sure. Y'all know my memory's not too good. Wrong thing. Hold on. Two twos can speak to... And I got the right... Yes, I got the right book. A commitment or an engagement. And sometimes I've seen her show up when it talks about some type of contractual issue. Okay? Business offers, contractual issues coming in, contracts, that type of a thing. But it's going to be based on, I think, whatever your skills are is what it is. Maybe you've got skills, in the homemaking department. I don't know. Maybe you've got skills in helping other people to achieve their dreams. Okay? And so we've got, and then the other meaning of the two twos says harmonious changes and the communication and the need to make a choice. Well, that's what the twos are telling me. Now, this Four of Pentacles, ending with this Four of Pentacles, however, the Four speaks about, it's about firm foundations, yes. So this is the idea that maybe you have been saving your money, you've been conserving your money, you've been doing the quote-unquote right things with it, you haven't been spending. Although this can imply that maybe you have been spending a bit more money than perhaps you should. Now you find yourself in a situation where you're obviously worried about something, okay? But sometimes the Four of Pentacles can be the idea of someone who's rather stingy and mean and miserly, okay? And it can sometimes indicate a block, so to speak. I don't know if some of you have been wanting to travel. This can sometimes indicate travel by air, usually in connection with business. It indicates messages and news coming in. This is a fast-moving energy, so it says that once it starts, the only thing that you can do is kind of to hang on. And 8s are also very good numbers. They're karmic numbers that have to do with money and finances, okay? But I'm looking at this Two of Pentacles here. Not only are you a bit out of kilter or off balance, I don't think it's you tipped all the way over one way or the other. So what that tells me, this too, is that you're actually kind of juggling the situation in a very good manner, okay? So that you should be proud of. but you're all at sea emotionally, and sometimes this card can be an indication of movement and travel. I have this card, I have that card, and I have the Knight. Okay, and so all of these things indicate to me that either there's a trip planned or there's a move planned. Now, whether this move is in conjunction with work or if it's in conjunction with a relationship, I don't know. I think at the beginning of the month or in the past from this row, you have felt that you were on the right path. Okay, and literally everything was hunky-dory. I also get the sense that there's an offer, something being offered to you here, and you are not sure if you should accept it or not. Or maybe you may think that there might be some kind of hidden clause in that. The message comes from this King of Cups. Okay. And here the knighting is, and this could be the idea that you may have to turn it down. It's not time for you to move, or maybe you can't afford to move at the moment. Doesn't mean you can't do it. Okay. It just kind of feels like there's some kind of block there. I'm going to look at that. Let me turn, not that card. Let me turn this card over. Oh, I've got 2 court cards. I didn't see that. That leaves me with the 2 2s, the 8, the 10, and the 4 as they relate to these 2 cards. So let's take a quick look. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Get off of my bed. Get off of my bed. Get off my bed with that fighting, that wrestling. Let me close my bedroom door. You guys can do that out there. Okay, sorry about that. The dogs were in my room on my bed and they were wrestling. They do it all day, all the time. Okay, so here we go. We're going to take a look at this 2 of Pentacles. That's what I need to look at first. Okay. I don't think whatever this thing is, it's a bad thing. This somewhat delay. There's no 5. There's no hangman. There's no ace. But here's what it does say. It says the 2 of Pentacles tells you that good news brings choices and you will have more than one option to choose from. Do not allow others' opinions or reactions to stop you from taking your chosen course of action. But it also suggests that your life could develop, that situations in your life could develop either positively or negatively. So you will need to juggle your affairs to keep the balance. If you are able to keep your affairs well balanced, this will be a very positive time and there will be many rewards. It can sometimes infer that you have too much going on and finding it difficult to concentrate and make discerning decisions and choices. It can indicate that a gift, a small sum of money, or some reassuring news is on the way. Well, we see the news. I mean, it's here. But it doesn't tell me anything next to these 2 cards. 8 of Swords. Sun, the Hangman. Now, 2 8s, because there's an overview of that, can indicate that there's a slight concern in regards to a new romance, relationship, and or partnership. That is one. And the other meaning is you will receive news that affects the relationship. Again, we see the news here. And there's this block. I think that's what this is all about. Okay. The 8 of Swords says that it tells of feeling trapped in an uncomfortable situation, self-inflicted or self-imposed, but would be easy to be free of if an effort was made. And personally, I kind of feel that this guy feels like he's stuck in some kind of situation. You know? But at the same time, if this is you, Aquarius, you're showing up as the Empress and he's showing up as the King. Okay? The card says that the Eight of Swords, that you may become involved in several unsuccessful ventures in an attempt to gain freedom. It tells you to pay attention as some long-awaited news or information is on its way to you. There it is. It tells of fear, hurt, and confusion, and implies that you are unable to think clearly. That it says that no matter, it says a circumstance or situation that you have been concerned or worried about will have a positive outcome. It also can indicate a move, a change, or relocation of your home or family environment, and also may indicate a journey, trip, or vacation in the very near future. Again, we see this. Even this card can talk about family vacations. Okay? So there's a lot of movement in this spread, even though we don't see a lot of movement or things that would indicate a lot of movement in the spread itself. The Ten of Cups. With the Empress. Now, this is interesting. It implies that happy partnerships and possible announcements may be made. This may involve either yourself or someone close to you. Family ties and relations are highlighted at this time when the Ten of Cups appears with the Empress. It may be telling you that it's a perfect time to make arrangements for special events to come. It indicates that it is a most auspicious time to make plans for the future. I mean, you can't beat that with the big stick. You just can't. That's the Ten of Cups. Now, Two of Swords. Maybe there's some doubt that this will go off, or maybe there's not enough finances to make it work. It can sometimes indicate a power struggle going on. So you are asked to weigh up the positive and negatives and make a clear decision or choice which will solve or at least alleviate the problem or situation. But it can also be an indication that reunions and or reconciliations will take place at this time. That's kind of what that feels like across the center. That this is a relationship issue and there's a person there. Okay, that there's but also the Two of Swords can indicate the breakdown of a once close relationship, and that there's an urgent need for a balanced and rational approach to the situation. It tells of difficult decisions and tough choices. It indicates the weighing up of pros and cons and tells of important decisions and choices to be made. It may also indicate a stalemate in your affairs and a feeling of not knowing which way to turn. You may need to look for a different approach. Where emotions are involved, the Two of Swords tells of mixed emotions and a feeling of upset and sorrow. It can also speak to unsettling communications. But the key to achieving a satisfactory compromise, that word, compromise in moderation, is by open and honest communication. Do not allow prior grievances and bitterness to influence the communication, as once a compromise has been reached, you should feel a sense of achievement at having been open-minded and considerate of others. The message of the Two of Swords is be prepared to be open to all options, otherwise you may lose out. Stay open-minded. Tells me nothing next to these cards. So we'll go to the Four of Pentacles here. I have two court cards. Okay, so this card indicates sound judgment and a good mind for business matters, or someone who knows the value of money and how to invest it wisely. It indicates very solid domestic situations. If you believe that you are on the right path in whatever area of life is currently in focus, career, relationship, or lifestyle choices, The Four of Pentacles implies that you are to keep going in this vein. It tells of job promotions, career advancements, business opportunities, and financial windfalls. So take heed of advice given by someone, quote unquote, in the know. But sometimes this card can suggest that a change is needed in order to view things from a different perspective. When you step back from the situation, you are able to see the bigger picture and broader view, allowing for consideration and thought rather than taking hasty, ill-conceived actions. Consider your options and take the best course of action. It also says that you may receive a large sum of money that will ensure your financial security. This money may be in the form of an inheritance, a legacy, a perk from an employer, a compensation payment or severance payout, a competition, or even a lotto win. But what it doesn't tell me is anything next to these couple of cards. And so, again, for me, this energy, to me, is stemming from him. Okay? So, what I want to know, and whatever is going on with him, it's kind of giving you doubts, and it's causing you to be off balance. Okay? So I'm just going to pull cards on this King of Cups to see these Sibilas, if they will tell me what may be happening with him. What is the underlying issue, if possible. Here we go. The Lanamika. Riunione. And the Messaggere. So what this is telling me, I think if you have had plans to meet with someone, to take a trip, be with someone, to visit with someone, or that person to come visit you, his ex has gotten word of this meeting, this reunion. And the message comes. It could even be that instead of meeting you, he's going to be meeting with his ex. This is not, to me, someone who is, it is a rival to you. You may be the mother of the children, so to speak. And this may be, or this may even be the father of your kids, right? And this is going to be your rival, or his ex, the ex-wife, the ex-girlfriend. Could even be the ex-wife or ex-girlfriend here, who is not willing to, or not happy about the two of you meeting or getting together or getting back together, so to speak. The Messaggere. The Messaggere is simply the card that speaks about a message coming, a news coming from afar. Well, we can see here that the good news comes, but then suddenly something happens, right? Doesn't tell me the nature of the news, but again, the timing is within a week to 10 days. Typically happens rather. Sometimes I've seen when this card shows up that it happens within an hour. Okay? That's really what I've seen. So I don't know what kind of energy he is displaying or she is displaying. So I want you to focus your question on that to see what the the Avenger. Now, the shadow attributes is resorting to violence in the name of a cause. But the light attributes are the desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. So in other words, what the card is saying is, if there is any dissension or tension, you have to do what's right for you. This is about right relationships, fairness, balance, harmony, love, beauty, compassion, sharing, giving. All of those attributes of the upright Empress. She does not feel negative. She feels reverse. She feels upright. And so I think this is the energy that she brings, this Avenger. And I want you to... That's an interesting card, the Avenger. Let me grab the book to see what else it says. Okay? Because I'm sure it says something else. Formulate a question for the Golden Nostradamus. Righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. And indeed, this is about you. I think there's something else the Avenger card wants to say, so I'm going to check on it. Here, the Golden Nostradamus, it is the cherries. So first, let me see what else the Avenger has to say here. Okay? The Avenger, let's see. I don't think they're even in order, to be honest with you. They are not. Which really kind of sucks. So just give me a moment. Let me see if I can find the Avenger. Oh yeah, I was looking at the wrong portion of the book. So the Avenger. Now, it says, look for a lifelong pattern of defending or representing causes on behalf of others. So I don't know if maybe this is like you are the mother and this is the son. Okay. Not quite sure how this is playing out. But it also kind of says to me that whatever this thing is that, or the situation, it's something I feel that you have continued, you've been defending or upholding whatever this situation is, or the behavior that is surrounding it, can sometimes resort to violence. And so if that is the case, maybe this is what the hold is. It's saying now is the time to put the brakes on that. Don't uphold that anymore. Don't, oh, it's okay, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Because it really is about fairness to yourself. Looks like everything was going great for you until over here. Okay. The cherries, number 21. He who believes everything with ease will often be seen reddened and teased. Perhaps you were too trusting and not worldly enough. Look carefully within or in those around you to separate the illusions from the truths that you need. And as you can see, one or both of you are either not seeing what you need to see, whether this is a timing issue or if it's a willful issue that you choose to ignore whatever's happening. And again, this card says it's something, whatever the situation, it's a self-made situation, but you can break free of it. You just have to make the decision to do so. Okay? And so that is what I have for you, Aquarius, for December 2022. I hope that message helped. And until next time, be well and namaste. Bye.